Welcome back to BTS Heart. The BTS concert in Bizen was supposed to end with celebration, smiles, and unforgettable memories, but just hours later, something happened that left ARMY around the world asking the same question: is Taehyung really okay? Fans quickly noticed unusual moments after the show, and the concern only grew when Jungkook finally spoke about what happened behind the scenes. His words were brief, but they were enough to send social media into a complete frenzy. What exactly did he reveal? Why are so many fans suddenly worried about Taehyung's condition? And what is the final detail that has ARMY more emotional than ever? Stay with us until the very end, because the answer might completely change the way you see everything that happened that night. The BTS concert in Bizen was everything ARMY had dreamed of. The stadium was alive with extraordinary energy from the very first moment. Tens of thousands of fans filled every section of the venue. Cheering for every performance, every smile, and every unforgettable moment shared on that massive stage. The atmosphere felt almost magical, the kind of electricity that only exists when a group as beloved as BTS stands before a crowd that has waited so long to see them again. For hours, fans watched Taehyung and the rest of BTS deliver a performance that many were already calling one of the most unforgettable nights of the entire year. Taehyung appeared confident and charismatic as always. His smiles lit up the venue. His interactions with fans created countless viral moments throughout the night, and for most of the concert, nobody suspected that anything unusual was happening. But as the performance moved closer to its final moments, a few fans began noticing details they couldn't quite explain. It started with brief observations, a look, a pause, an expression that seemed slightly different from earlier in the show. Most people ignored it at first. After all, concerts are physically and emotionally exhausting. Performing for hours in front of tens of thousands of people would leave anyone visibly tired. That was the logical explanation. Yet something about those final moments continued to bother the fans who were watching most closely. Then the concert ended. The lights faded. The members disappeared backstage. And what was supposed to be a night of pure celebration slowly began to feel like something else entirely. Within hours, ARMY across social media began noticing details that seemed impossible to ignore. Small moments, unusual expressions, brief interactions that left fans asking the same question over and over again. Was something wrong with Taehyung after the concert? At first, most people dismissed the growing concern as simple fan speculation. After all, exhaustion after a massive performance is completely normal. But then something changed. New discussions started spreading online with a speed and intensity that felt different from ordinary post-concert chatter. Videos were analyzed frame by frame. Photos were examined from every possible angle. And the concern only continued to grow with every passing hour. Some fans claimed they had noticed a different expression on Taehyung's face during the final moments of the show. Others pointed to several backstage clips that seemed unusual. A look that lingered slightly too long. A moment of stillness that felt out of place amid the celebration happening around him. Details that individually might mean nothing, but together began to paint a picture that fans couldn't simply ignore. Within hours, thousands of comments were appearing across every social media platform. Nobody knew exactly what was happening, but everyone seemed to be asking the same question: was Taehyung hiding something? The speculation intensified rapidly. Fans started comparing footage from earlier in the concert with videos taken near the end of the night. Every small detail became part of a growing mystery. Some believed he simply looked exhausted after an incredibly demanding schedule. Others felt there was something much deeper happening, something that hadn't yet been revealed to the public. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves through the entire fandom. Jungkook finally addressed the situation. Nobody expected him to say anything. Many fans had assumed the rumors would fade naturally after a day or two, the way most online speculation eventually does. Instead, Jungkook's comments instantly brought everything back into the spotlight with even greater force than before. His words were not dramatic. They were not long or elaborate, but the tone of his voice, the seriousness behind his expression, the sincerity that felt impossible to ignore, left ARMY completely stunned. Suddenly the rumors that had been circulating for hours felt much more real, much more significant. What caught everyone's attention wasn't necessarily the specific words he chose. It was how he said them. There was a weight behind his voice that fans immediately recognized as something genuine. Something that went beyond a standard reassurance or a casual comment made in passing. His words spread across social media faster than anyone could have predicted. Millions of people were suddenly discussing the exact same moment, replaying the same clip, analyzing every sentence. Had Jungkook just confirmed what fans feared? Was he trying to calm everyone down? Or had he accidentally revealed far more than he originally intended? The mystery deepened even further when additional footage from Backstage began surfacing online. Several clips showed interactions that many fans described as unusually emotional. Nothing appeared obviously dramatic on the surface. There were no visible arguments, no clear signs of conflict. Yet there was something undeniably different about the atmosphere captured in those clips. Something that the people who were there seemed to feel, even if the cameras couldn't fully capture it. Fan communities started comparing every available angle almost immediately. One clip led to another. One theory led to 10 more. The conversation grew so quickly and so intensely that even casual BTS fans, who had never previously followed concert discussions closely, began paying attention. What had started as a small and scattered discussion had now become one of the biggest and most emotionally charged topics in the entire BTS fandom. As more information slowly began to emerge, ARMY realized that the story was far more complicated than anyone had initially imagined. What had initially appeared to be a simple post-concert discussion was rapidly becoming one of the most analyzed and talked about moments among BTS fans in recent memory. Yet the most surprising part wasn't the concern itself, it wasn't the speculation, and it wasn't even Jungkook's unexpected revelation. It was the final detail that surfaced later, a detail that made countless fans stop everything. Rewatch every available clip from the beginning, and genuinely question whether they had completely missed the real story from the very start. As concern continued growing across the fandom. Attention naturally shifted toward the broader picture. Fans remembered countless moments throughout the years when BTS members had quietly supported one another during physically and emotionally demanding periods. Whether it was a reassuring glance backstage, a comforting hand on a shoulder, or simply choosing to stand beside each other when words weren't enough. Those small gestures had always reminded ARMY that BTS faces every challenge together. That history made this moment feel even more significant, because if something had genuinely happened after the Bizen concert, the members wouldn't face it alone. They never have. Then came the twist that nobody expected. A fan who had attended the event shared a story that immediately changed the direction of every ongoing discussion. According to the account, something significant may have happened shortly after the concert ended, something that very few people outside the venue had any knowledge of. The story was impossible to fully verify, but it spread everywhere within hours. And for many people who heard it, it seemed to connect several pieces of the puzzle that had been circulating separately for days. Now fans weren't simply analyzing footage anymore. They were trying to build a complete timeline. They wanted to know what happened before the concert began, what happened during the performance, and most importantly, what happened in the moments after the concert ended, when the cameras had largely moved on and the public attention had begun to drift elsewhere. Every answer seemed to create two new questions. Then another unexpected detail surfaced. This time it wasn't a video. It wasn't a photograph. It wasn't even a direct statement from anyone involved. It was a tiny moment, hidden in plain sight within footage that millions of people had already watched multiple times without realizing its significance. When fans finally noticed it, the reactions were explosive. Some couldn't believe they had missed something so visible for so long. Others immediately connected what they were seeing to Jungkook's earlier comments, and suddenly the pieces began to fit together in a way nobody had considered before. A completely new theory emerged from the discussion, a theory that suggested the story everyone had been analyzing for days might not have been the real story at all.